Hello everybody, this is John Zepp with Sales. Actually, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about money, money, money. I think there was a song, I don't know who did it, but a few years ago, money, 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 whatever. I'm not gonna sing because I'm not a good singer, but that's fine. It's fun. So money, money, money. That's our topic for today. Obviously, got your attention, or you wouldn't be here watching this. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, you've got some value out of this, and it has an impact on your life. So one of the things I'd like you to keep in mind is at the end of the video, I'll share with you my favorite book on money, and there'll be a link to it in the description, so that if you want to go get it, you can go get it. And I'm going to talk about several books, but my favorite, and I'll share that with you. And it's probably a favorite of a lot of people, and I'm sure you've probably heard of it and maybe even read it already. So if you have, you're ahead of the game. So one of the things that I was thinking about when I was thinking about this topic is, what are some of the phrases that we hear about money? And so I'm going to share some of those and kind of my thoughts, and we'll laugh maybe, and we'll go, I don't know. So here's a couple of them. So you got to spend money to make money. I think there's some truth in that. Money is the root of all evil. That's actually not accurate. The phrase actually, and it's from the Bible, is the love of money is the root of all evil. So think about that one for a little bit. One of my other favorites is money makes the world go round. I don't know if that's true or not. You can't buy happiness. There's some truth to that, but there's some maybe not so true. So that's something to think about. But this is one of my favorites that stands out, and I think it's really true. If you don't control your money, it will control you. That is so true. If you don't manage it well, it will manage you, and you will be chasing your tail constantly. So, take that one to heart. So what I want you to think about is, what is your mindset on money, right? How do you look at it? How do you approach it? How do you manage it? And so the book I'm going to recommend gives you some real good thoughts on the mindset of money, right? There's the people that are living paycheck to paycheck. They just, when they get a check, they spend it, and the spending they have, they're not investing for the future. They're not buying things that last. They don't buy things that appreciate. They're not buying true assets. And that's a term that is worth exploring a little bit. I don't know that we'll do it on this video, but somewhere down the road. And it's, what are they doing with their money? And then you got other people that are very careful with their money. They budget every cent. They know where it goes. At the end of the year, they can look back and they go, I spent X number of dollars on clothing. I spent X number of dollars on cars. I spent X number of dollars on food and housing. Those kind of things. They know exactly where every penny's going. And so, there's those kind of people. So the mindset on money is huge. One of the things everyone has heard is, the number one cause of divorce is money issues. And I totally get that. And it's those folks that struggle with that are those that it's controlling them, and they're not controlling money. So that's a huge thing to keep in mind. I've been married for 36 years. Have we had our money struggles? Absolutely, no question about it. Is it something we fight about? Almost never. And I'll tell you, well, the bottom line is this. I have not done a great job of managing money over my time, and I'll talk about some of the lessons I learned or things I wish I knew. But it's not an area that we fight about. And really, we don't fight about a lot of anything, but it's not an area we fight about. We have a lot of discussions, and it's more one way than two way. In the past, we're changing some of that, but that's a huge thing to think about. So your mindset on money, how you look at it, how you approach handling money, is a huge factor in your success in doing well with money. So keep that in mind. The books, some of the books I'll share, help with that mindset and how you look at it. So there's that. Let me tell you about some things I wish I knew when I was younger. So I talked to a lot of people in their 20s and 30s today, and I'm helping them, hopefully helping them get a better handle on how they handle money, because I have not done a great job of it. So one of the things I wish I had known when I was younger was, make sure you have a plan to not only save money, but invest money, right? So if you're working for a company and you've got a 401k option, if you've got stock purchase options that, especially at a discount, take advantage of that stuff to the max, especially when you're young, because the benefit of compounding interest will kick in, and the next thing you know, you've got way more money than you started with, and you've made some really good decisions and done some good things with money. So that piece is huge. I wish I had understood that 30 some years ago, when I was starting to work, actually more than 30 years ago, but when I was starting to work and make some decent money, even when I was making not very much money, I still should have been saving and investing and building a portfolio for the future. Not done a great job of that, trying to catch up now. But if you as a seller, as a whatever role you're in, especially as a seller, you're going to get those ups and downs. And so what do you do with those big commission checks, right? What do you do with the month or the quarter where your commission's not so big? I highly recommend, as a seller, if you've got a base pay element of your comp plan, live on that base. Do not live off commissions. Use that for other things, right? Use it for saving, use it for investing, use it for the vacation, those types of things. Do not build your lifestyle around a commission, because you never know how that's going to play out. No matter how good you are, you're going to have ups and downs from a commission perspective. So make sure you've got a plan for that, and that you figure out how to live on really less than your base, so that you can invest those other things. So that's one of the lessons I wish I would have learned. Another thing I wish I would have learned was budgeting, and how to do that effectively and to do it consistently and well. I've not done a good job with that. Trying to get my hands around that. My wife and I are working hard on getting that figured out. So if you do not have a budget and live by a budget, you're missing out. You're missing the opportunity to really do some amazing things with the money that you do have. The final lesson that I'll share with you that I wish I knew when I was younger is that investing is absolutely critical, and investing wisely with the help of an expert. I don't know about investing. I just don't. That's not one of my skill sets and things that I'm interested in. So pay somebody, and don't go with a low-cost provider. Go with somebody that knows what they're doing, and you pay them a bunch of money so that they can manage your investment portfolio. That is absolutely worth every penny. A good financial advisor, planner, investment counselor is worth every penny you pay them. So don't go with a low-cost provider. Pay somebody that knows what they're doing, and pay them a bunch of money, because they'll make you a bunch of money if you do it right. So those are some things I wish I had known when I was way younger, and I'm just now putting a lot of this into practice. So here's a few books, and then I'll wrap this thing up. So several books. One is, and I won't tell you what's my favorite yet, but one I think that is really, really important is The Millionaire Mindset. A great book, gives you a totally different perspective on money and how the wealthy think, and how they got to where they are and how they stay there. So that one's really good. Another one I really like is The Millionaire Next Door. And I'm actually in the middle of that right now, probably 2/3 of the way through it. Again, it's about mindset and he has two terms that I love, is the prodigious accumulator of wealth and the under accumulator of wealth. And it's interesting how people with high incomes, and a lot of salespeople make a lot of money, and what are they doing with it? Are they a prodigious accumulator of wealth or an under accumulator of wealth? Do they spend their money, all the money that they get, on fast cars and nice houses and nice clothes and all that? Or are they investing for the future and being smarter with their money and budgeting it and have a plan for it? So those two terms are really big out of that book. So I really like that. Another book, and this is widely publicized, and I'm sure most people that look at money and how to handle it have read this book, but it's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I just read it a few months ago. Again, I wish I read all these books back 30 years ago or more. I would have totally changed my whole perspective on money and put me in a way different position than I am today. So as salespeople, as hard workers, as disciplined people. If you don't have your hands around money and have a philosophy and goals and strategy, you're missing out, and you will pay the price in the long haul. So I don't want to put that as a threat or anything. It's not that. It's just, hey, take advantage of that right now. Learn from somebody that's a little bit older and didn't do those things as early as I would have liked, and now I'm trying to catch up. So learn from that. So here it is. My favorite book on money, period, is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Great book, fantastic guy. Robert Kiyosaki has got his head on straight. There's some, when you read that book, and I listened to it on Audible, I think, and got that. It's hard hitting. It'll call you out and say, look, you need to think differently about money and handling things than you have in the past. That is the book, right? And I'll have a link to it in the description. Actually, I'll have a link to all 3 of those books, and as stuff comes up, I'll throw it out there that's of value. But those 3 are fantastic, and Rich Dad Poor Dad is the number one book I would read about money and mindset about money. So there you go, money, money, money. I might throw that clip in on that song because that's just fun. All right, that's all I got for today. And just go sell something. If you have any questions or need any help, holler at me. Thanks. Take care.